Today's High Performance Podcast is brought to you by Josh Phegan Digital. It's the only place that you'll find our expansive resource library. Every form, checklist, visual and dialogue that you'll ever need to systemize your business. Available to edit in PDF to rapidly take your business to the next level. Welcome to High Performance, the podcast featuring Josh Phegan and Alexander Phillips. Alexander, without a doubt, there's a real skill to be able to make sure those days on market are nice and short. And we're seeing lots of agents that have maybe got some carryover listings that are coming from last year into 2025. And it really gets me to think that the skill this year, without a doubt, is going to be about that tight campaign management. You've done it really well, where a number of your properties will be listed, they'll be launched, they'll go live to market, and often they'll actually sell before the auction day. And the interesting thing is that I think a lot of agents get very confused about, they have this off-market phase. If it doesn't get momentum, then the client doesn't want to launch. They don't really know why they're using off-market. And the interesting thing is it's actually a tool to be able to bring listings to market or to hold them back depending on what's happening in the market of the day. Tell us a little bit about tight campaign management. How do you view off-market? How do you view on-market? And then the conversation is that what do you do to make sure that you can get a property sold in a shorter number of days than letting it go to week 6, week 8, week 10 of a campaign?
Thanks, Josh. I think firstly, I'd say across the country that this year there'd be 30 to 40% of stock that's left over that's coming back on the market, which we experience ourselves this week. Out of the 18 opens, there's 7 that were left over. But each one of those listings came back on the market as a new listing. So we re-photographed them, new price guide, new open times, a new vendor set up to sell meeting. Ones that were guided at 5 are now displayed at 4.5. As an example, that one in itself, we had 16 groups on the weekend, where last year we didn't even get one open with 16 groups. So you've got to also treat these as like a brand new listing, new energy. The vendors are looking for that. If they're not, you're going to have problems. But I think we're big on just getting properties on the market. If they've sold pre-markets because we've shown a great buy through and we've sold them, mainly because we believe that's the best price, where you're going to get the best price, because you have database and domain and REA all working at once. And that creates tight campaign management, because you're compressing everything, explaining that to the vendor, that rather than 10 days here, see how you go, you might have a buyer, then you go on the market, and in 2 weeks time you find another buyer. Why not have that all happen at once and then build up the price? It's about making sure you got multiple bidders on and you could satisfy the vendor that you've done everything possible. But a lot of agents use that, which I totally get, as a listing tool, because maybe they don't have the confidence to say, let's get on the market and spend 10 grand or 12 grand, wherever the marketing is. And they do that sort of 2-stage approach. But then we're coming in and going, let's do it all at once. And this is why you do it. And this is an example of why you do it. So that in itself does speed up the process. Like all the properties we launched this week had at least 3 buyers agents and 4 or 5 buyers at the photos, and the vendors are there seeing that. That in itself probably shaves a week off the actual marketing campaign, because they've already had offers. Every single one of our properties bar 2 had offers on the table even before they launched. That does speed up the whole process. Like you take all this as being normal. I was over in my marketplace. I'm in the Balmain Roselle Peninsula, and there's a high-end apartment that came on, and it's 25 years since it's been sold. And the interesting conversation is that it's all the old carpet, there's no furniture, it's obviously deceased estate. It actually looks really pretty average inside of all the photos. And I thought, if Alexander Phillips was taking on that listing, he would have had Prue go through, would have put carpet right the way down, would have got all new furniture right the way through it, would have had it styled, would have had windows cleaned, and all of the above. And it's like a $6, $7, $8 million property, so it's up there. And the interesting thing is that, you just can't rest on your laurels. You've got to make the decision that this is absolutely your standard. And I think the big thing is about it is that you're in the off-market phase. That's about really getting the property ready. Contracts being organised, pest and building, getting everything styled, getting everything organised, getting some buyers agents through once you've got your copy of a contract, getting a couple of key buyers there. So that first weekend of launch, it has got a ton of momentum with people coming back for second inspections, plus buyers, plus buyer sellers, plus previous campaigns. You're not waiting for people to go and discover it on the major real estate portals. You're adding to that. It's like a layer. This is the data from the portals. These are the people from previous campaigns. These are the buyers agents to actually build up that competitive edge. Is that one of the secrets to keeping the days on market in under, probably 28 days or less? Yeah, big time, because it's also, you've had the opportunity of making phone calls for that 10 days while it's getting ready and build up, an IPO period where there's people pushing you, wanting to look at it. And off market, phases. The vendor thinks that you don't need to get the house ready. Well, no, we still need to get it ready. So why not get it ready? We make the phone calls, get the buyers in, get it on the market, and do it all at once. I think, again, I think it's lack of confidence in agents, lack of pushing back, lack of telling them to spend $1 to make $10. They don't. Probably. It's also, a lot of it's, I think, laziness, so they don't have the manpower.
I'd just say just lack of standards. And you've got a standard on what the Alexander Phillips team is there to do and what PPD is there to do. This is how we do it each time, and there's very little variance around the core of what actually makes a great campaign.
Yeah.